The model of Kazakhstan's inter-ethnic relations is leading other countries by example. This is stated by the first president of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev, at the opening of the 27th session of the Assembly of People of Kazakhstan. He says that tens of thousands of people worldwide leave their homes every day in search of a better life. The number of migrants exceeds 250 million, of whom nearly 70 million are refugees. At the same time, there are up to 4 dozen smoldering conflicts, most of which are caused by inter-ethnic conflict. Nursultan Nazarbayev urged not to ignore all the lessons, noting that the people's existence as a single state depends on it.
Our
people are becoming more united due to patriotism and common values. We have successfully established a solid, strong country with well-developing and dynamic economy that allows the people of Kazakhstan to achieve goals together. I believe that the Ethnic Assembly will always ensure peace and stability in the country. I congratulate the people of Kazakhstan on the upcoming People's Unity Day in Kazakhstan. Belgium invested more than $7 billion in Kazakhstan over the past 10 years. In order to boost the mutually beneficial cooperation, the parties are planning to increase the value by several times. The countries are set to bring the investment cooperation to a new level. At the moment, more than 70 Belgian companies are actively investing in the Kazakh economy. The enterprises operate in sectors including renewable energy, distribution and logistics services, as well as medical equipment software in Kazakhstan.
У нас хорошее взаимовыгодное сотрудничество между странами. На данном моменте несколько десяток компаний.
Kazakhstan and Belgium have mutually beneficial cooperation. At the moment, several dozens of Belgian companies have their representative offices in Kazakhstan, where they hired staff, pay taxes, and develop their businesses. Meanwhile, there are nearly several hundreds of Belgian companies which export their products to Kazakhstan. Our relations are developing well. Kazakhstan and Belgium are strengthening their partnerships.
Больше укрепляется наша позиция в Казахстане и Казахстан в Бельгии.
Last year, the volume of trade turnover between the two countries totaled about $460 million, which is 60% higher than in the previous year. Belgium is interested in agricultural products made in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is one of the largest flax and wheat producers in the world. According to the Belgian entrepreneurs, opening businesses in Kazakhstan is profitable due to the growing transport and logistics opportunities and the access to the market of the Eurasian Economic Union.
The opening of the Eurasian market will help facilitate the work of the companies in two things. You have all the certification. Formerly, we had to certify the products in different countries. Now you will have a single certification, which will facilitate things definitely for companies. It's also to have a bigger market, even if Russia and Kazakhstan are big markets.
Там уже мы не говорим про 18 миллионов, а про 185.
Belgian companies now have the access to the market of about 185 million people instead of 18 million people, which is larger and more interesting. The absence of customs barriers is also beneficial for the businesses. Enterprises in Kazakhstan can export their products anywhere, and the Kazakh and Belgian business people which have joint enterprises can use this opportunity as well.
Казахскими бизнесменами. Они этими могут воспользоваться.
The Belgians are also interested in various highly competitive niches in the economy of Kazakhstan. The investment opportunities will be discussed at a meeting with the Kazakh business people during Belgium's interregional economic mission to Kazakhstan in June. Kazakhstan attracted more than 2 trillion tenge of foreign investments since the beginning of the year. The growth totaled more than 4%. The largest capital inflow in Kazakhstan comes from China, the USA, Russia, and Europe. American investors are interested in developing agriculture in Kazakhstan, while the Chinese companies are active in funding oil extraction projects. According to experts, these sectors are the most profitable and demanded fields. Based on statistics, investors are also active in mining industry, quarry developments, real property business, as well as transport and logistics.
Есть еще интерес
Foreign investors are also interested in investing in transport and energy sectors, as well as electricity production and public utility facilities.
производство электроэнергии, то есть такие коммунальные объекты.
In order to attract more investors, the government decided to establish a coordination council chaired by the Prime Minister of Kazakhstan. Prime Minister will be responsible to provide special conditions for the implementation of strategic investment projects. The Prime Minister will also have control over all operations, starting with negotiations with foreign business people up to the protection of their rights if necessary. The first session of the council is scheduled for June.
По инвестициям и развитию. Его потом сделали министерство. То есть все, что касается социально-экономического. Человек, представляющий исполнительную власть, представляющий правительство.
The Prime Minister represents the executive branch and the government. Moreover, he is also responsible for the safety of the capital and ensures that the rights of the people who are willing to invest their money in the Kazakh economy are not violated. I believe that this will serve as a good signal for the entire international investment community.
Мне кажется, это хороший сигнал, в первую очередь, всему мировому сообществу.
The Coordination Council will be based at the Astana International Financial Center in the Kazakh capital. The specialists will provide their services to the foreign businesses using the single window system and the English law.
Здесь наиболее удобная атмосфера, уже создана, скажем, мягкая инфраструктура. Функционирует экспорт-центр.
The AIFC provides a convenient investment environment for foreign investors. We establish the soft infrastructure there, including an expert center where foreign investors are provided with services in English, such as registration, tax reporting, support with financing, and more. There are also various opportunities for them to attract financing. There is also the International Arbitration Center and the court based on English law.
Финансирование в рамках английского права. Здесь же есть международный арбитражный центр, английский суд.
Meanwhile, the gross inflow of foreign direct investments in Kazakhstan totaled more than $22 billion in 2018. The government has set the target of increasing the investment value this year onwards. In the medium term, the Kazakh government is also planning to increase the share of international fixed investments up to 30%. Kyrgyzstan will start exporting rainbow trout to international markets, including its current market, Russia. The family business of Sidikov in the country has been supplying the local trout for the export market. The growing demand for the high-quality and delicious trout has reached a new level internationally. The rainbow trout takes 1.5 years to grow and be prepared for trading. We have reached 40 tons by next month. At the moment, the export volume is between 16 and 32 tons. Grigory Leletka is a buyer from Russia. He comes here every month for product from Novosibirsk. The entrepreneur exports Kyrgyz trout to the trading chains of its native city and to the nearest regions in Russia.
Качество переработки, допустим, по Кыргызстану, да, то есть,
The processing quality in Kyrgyzstan is one of the best. There are shock cameras, which mean frosts that are negative 40 degrees Celsius. So far, we have seen a lot of trout farms in Kyrgyzstan, and this farm is an unprecedented case. The rainbow trout was brought to Kyrgyzstan during the Soviet Union. The fish production was actively developing again in 2006. There is a great potential in the industry. Our fish is ecologically clean. The fish, which once resided in the constantly flowing water, has an organic taste. Russia is interested in our fish. Today, there are more than 1,500 fish farms in Kyrgyzstan, where almost 500 tons of trout are produced every year. Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan are expanding bilateral cooperation in science and education. A classroom named after prominent Kazakh scientist and public figure Nazarbayev opened at the Tashkent State Technical University. The new study room is well equipped with devices and manuals required for the learning process. The room is also provided with the works by the founder of the Kazakh mythology as well as mineral and rock samples discovered in Kazakhstan.
Открыли отдельную именную аудиторию, и она названа в честь величайшего.
In our university, we opened a special classroom named after outstanding Kazakh scientist Nazarbayev, who was a founder of the science of mythology, together with Abdullayev. Our students will gain new knowledge in this study room aimed to develop the mythology studies.
Аудитория, студенты будут получать знания, будут получать новое в развитии металлогении.
Biz özümüzдің Alтай өңірінен өте бай минералды қазбаларға.
The office room is equipped with furniture and technologies. Most importantly, we brought the original and electronic samples of rare minerals of the Altai region. A number of stones can be accessed through their QR codes.
Нұсқаларын және бұна тұрған сөрелерге біз QR кодтарды қойып.
As part of the Year of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, two leading universities of Central Asia signed an agreement on mutual cooperation. These universities intend to run student and teacher exchange programs, create joint educational programs in metallurgy and geology, as well as consider the idea of bringing Kazakh and Uzbek scientists together to form international research groups for mutually beneficial development of higher technical education in the region. Kazakh engineers developed a unique application based on the principles of artificial intelligence and data processing techniques. The program is capable of performing a biometric analysis as well as processing photographs, texts, and symbols. The software enters the data automatically in the documents. The startup has been adapted in the Kazakh Silicon Valley and sparked interest among business people.
Первая технология – это распознавание документов.
The first technology is the recognition of identification documents as well as other paperwork, including financial sheets that the company uses on a daily basis. The second technology is facial recognition. Here we have a regular web camera, which is not expensive, and there is the second web camera. There is also a computer with a screen right behind the stand. According to the developers, the simple components allowed making the project much cheaper compared to the foreign equivalents, whereas the application can be used in many sectors. The devices may be useful in public service offices, government agencies, and other institutions visited by large amount of people.
Біздің компанияның негізгі айналысатын саласы ол бизнес процесстерді автоматтандыру және оңайлату.
The main field of our company's operation is the sector of automation and facilitation of business processes. Therefore, we use modern developments based on artificial intelligence. The most difficult part of our work is the sector of computer vision, which allows to receive digital data of the customers with the help of photographs and video. For instance, such developments will be significantly useful for bank officers.
Басқа да сандық мәліметтер алу саласы болып табылады.
Since the beginning of the year, the software's light version has been used in Kazakhstan's telecommunications sector. A communications provider scans their customers' documents with this smart agent. This technology allows us to fill out the cards automatically and quickly. 62% of all our operations are conducted using the tablet. As for the ID card scanning technology, previously, it took us from 3 to 5 minutes to fill in this agreement, and now it takes less than 1 minute. The developers presented the smart products as business project and technical justification for the Tech Garden experts. After 3 months of consultations, the startup has received a grant for the project implementation. The development sparked interest among banking and insurance companies. Experts believe that the digital Kazakhstan state program will be a driver for new local startups. The Pavlodar region hosted a presentation of short documentary films which reflect the life and work of historical personalities beginning from the 18th century to the present day. Historians, archaeologists and cultural experts took an active part in the filming. They collected data on the lives of famous people who have significantly contributed to the development of Kazakh art, science and education. Photos from personal archives of relatives of these historical figures were also used for filming. The film includes 25 works. The first film tells about the life and work of movie director Shakien Aymanov and academician Karnish Satbayev. The project is implemented as part of the modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program.
Бұл енді біздің өңіріміздің жаңағы тарихта қалған тұлғалары.
Our films tell about the lives of Kazakh historical figures such as Bukhar Jirau, Musa Shurmanov, Mashkur Jusip Kopeyev, Yestai Berkimbayev, and Mayra. Our collection includes films about Kazakh warriors as well. These historical films are of particular importance for the younger generation in order to inculcate patriotic education. Also, these films will be interesting for the countrymen of historical figures.
Жерлестері ішінде ол кісілер жайлы кеңірек білсе деген сондай мақсатта түсіріп отырмыз.
Ұлы даланың жеті қырында да осы тақырып кеңінен айтылып өтті. Сондықтан жасалып жатқан ісіміз
This topic was widely covered in the 7 facets of the Great Step. What we are doing meets the goals of this article. 25 documentary films are the first stage of that tremendous work. We are going to continue this job. We want to make 100 films about our great countrymen. I believe that the Pavlodar region is very rich with historical figures.
Істері, жасап кеткен ұлағатты істері біздерге өте үлгілі дүние деп санаймын.
Young filmmakers demonstrated their works in the Kazakh capital. 38 film students from 13 film schools representing 8 countries were presented at the 2nd International Film Festival Ushkin in Nursultan.
Туда входят две французские киношколы, очень знаменитые, это La Famille Gobelins.
The festival features works by students attending schools, including 2 famous French film schools such as La Famille and Gobelins, a Japanese film school in Musashino, American New York Film Academy, and the Lodz Film School from Poland, which was attended by Oscar-winning film director Roman Polanski. Meanwhile, 9 works out of 38 presented at the film festival were made by Kazakh students.
На фестивале Ушкин я участвую уже второй раз. И в этом году
I am participating in the Ushkin Film Festival for the 2nd time. This year, I expect to achieve higher accomplishments and exchange experience with foreign filmmakers. I also want to learn new techniques and introduce them into the Kazakh cinematography.
новшества и превознести это в казахский кинематограф.
Для меня на самом деле очень большая честь.
It is a great honor for me to be part of your film festival. I am very pleased to present my works at this event. Just participating in this festival is a great success for me. Therefore, I am very happy to be here.
Поэтому я уже счастлива.
This year, the festival was attended by the global popular filmmakers such as Giovanni Robbiano, who presided over the international jury. Other prominent guests include cinematographers from the United States, Europe, Asia, Kazakhstan, and Russia.
Для того, чтобы расти, необходимо, чтобы фестивали были.
International festivals should be held regularly in order to demonstrate the growth, identify common trends in the development of cinematography, and educate new leaders of the industry.
Чтобы появились лидеры, за которыми хотелось бы следовать.
The participants believe that the Short Film Week has given them a chance to demonstrate their skills, learn worldwide tendencies, and exchange experience. Roundtable meetings and masterclasses were also held as part of the festival. A week of Kazakh culture and tradition event took place in South Korea. National Kazakh songs and dances were introduced in Seoul as part of the cooperation between Kazakhstan and South Korea. The event also showcased a unique exhibition of household items and traditional costumes of Kazakhs to the local residents of South Korea. Various fashion shows were organized as well as local Kazakhstan-made films such as The Promised Land and The Walnut Tree was premiered in South Korea.
문재인 대통령께서 카자흐스탄을 방문하는 계기에
The celebration of the demonstration of Kazakh culture and traditions allowed us to learn more about Kazakhstan. Many guests have gathered at the event, and this shows how much Koreans are interested in your country. Our embassies organize such educational events abroad, which are very beneficial and creates the awareness of our culture and traditions for people from other countries.